Well, here we are again with another piece of heavy machinery in 1/64 scale. This is called the Bron 585, a self-propelled drainage plow. Now I know, you're thinking, what is this guy reviewing right now? I usually review deformed toys and 1/64 scale cars. This is an Auto World Mercury Cougar. So I just want to have that just to show you, this is a pretty big tractor. All right, this is the official Braun webpage, and this vehicle weighs 76 to 93,000 pounds, which is like 40,000 kilos, I believe. 450 horsepower. It can dig a trench up to 90 inches deep. What else is here? It's either powered by a Cummins or a Caterpillar, over 500 horsepower, 215-gallon fuel tank. Imagine the fuel going to the gas station with that. But because it has such massive tracks longer than a Mercury Cougar, this thing only displaces 5.5 psi of pressure on the ground, so that's pretty impressive. It does go a whopping 4.3 miles per hour, or 7 kilometers per hour. Hey, it is digging a trench, but usually 100, even slower than that. So coincidentally, there's a side shot right there. These things do come in different colors. This thing has a giant fold down spool holder, and that spool contains pipe that gets fed through a feeder as the thing is digging a ditch. It lays a pipe into the earth for proper drainage of water when in farmlands. I don't know much about farm equipment, guys. There's a front 3/4 view. You'll see this is a multi-link system, and amazingly this thing actually works. When I designed this, I thought it was a horrible idea to try to have a moving plow at this scale, because this plastic is very brittle. If you drop this, it's going to break. So I don't suggest you actually play with 3D printed models myself, but this one actually does work amazingly. I don't know. So anyways, okay, so there's that view. That view. So you notice this one doesn't have any handrails or stairs. I think the larger scale models they're available, they do have those, but at this scale it's just they would just snap off in an instant. So alright, so we're gonna leave it at that, and let's look into this thing. So this was a product sample sent to me by EPR Empty Pocket Rebuilds, and so there's gonna be stuff wrong with it. It wasn't fit for sale, but it still looks nice enough to review. I personally wouldn't buy this, it's too big for my own collection, but if I loved farm equipment, I would definitely buy this. So you can see this is a matte black track system, whereas the frame is a gloss black. And then they did manage to detail it halfway through, it seems. This literally has a Bron decal there. And you can see the drive wheel, there's like a bunch of nut bolt heads holding that thing there together. Same with on the bogey wheels, a whole bunch of bogey wheels down there. Some sort of hollowing vent or something. I think the bogey wheels are shown through there on the real one. There's a footstep here as well. I think it's actually, yeah, a little recess underneath. And then the tracks are, they're different. Every other one is different. So you have this one with a ridge tooth in the middle, whereas the other one has 2 teeth on the sides. And then there's actually some ribbing in between some of them as well. So that's kind of neat. Yeah, you got a bunch of rib structure here underneath the walking platform. This is actually the front end of the plow. For me, I instinctively think it should be that because I think about like loaders and stuff. But no, it has to pull the plow through the earth. So, this thing goes in this direction and it drops down the plow, and then it starts digging a trench. And then as it's going, it's laying the pipe down out here out of what's called the boot. So that's how they make irrigated farmland, I guess. Alright, so it seems like at some point they decided to stop painting this thing. This is a hand painted model, but they did manage to get black in these vents here, just not in that vent, which is a different texture actually. Hold on. See, these are vertical. That's like a diamond, some sort of access door with the handle and some hinges, some handles there. So this is the front end, and then Bron is literally raised lettering. Some bolt head details there. These lines are part of the 3D print process. At the top, a bunch of other venting there. And then on this side, this is the exhaust system. As you can see, there's a dimple in the middle there, and a whole bunch of venting around the muffler. And then there's a tank here. Maybe that's for the oil reservoir to run the hydraulics, if I had to guess, but I don't know for sure. Some sort of opening there. Not sure why, but it's there. So these 1/64 scale models by EPR, they don't have windows. It's too difficult to put them in on a ledge that short. But it is a hollowed out cabin, as you can see, and that seat has armrests, and it also has like joystick controls and buttons and stuff like that. And then there's some details like a panel and stuff on the inside with buttons, and this is a fold down seat. Even the roof, not sure if you're going to catch that, but there's a bunch of switches and buttons and a lamp up there. Okay, auxiliary lighting. I guess maybe they, run these at night sometimes. I guess it makes sense. I mean, there's no traffic on a farm, so why wouldn't you work at night if you can? Cooler weather. Some other lamps, headlamps there. Alright, the split window here. So the seat on the real one can rotate, either looking forward or rotate to look backwards at the plow and what it's doing. Alright, top of the walking platform. For some reason there's 2 holes there. And then you can see the striations of the 3D print process right there. So those are all the layer lines. Alright. So yeah, the plow, it's obviously pivoting there. And then all these shiny things you see are metal rods. Those are the pivot rods. Okay. So this whole end though is one solid piece. That's just painted for the hydraulics, but you can't make them that small and have them not break and work. So only things pivoting are this, and the 2 that you can't see here. Alright, so in the real world this plow can go up and down. Here's the shank and some alignment lines, so I guess it can slide up and down. And then this is the feeder mechanism. It happens to be swung to this side. So a pipe would go into this, and then some roller wheels in here, and that's what feeds it into this thing called a boot. And then the pipe takes a turn, and then it feeds out here as the trench is plowed. There's some depressions and bolt head stuff here on the plow itself. And like you can see the tooth here, it is wider than the rest of it. And then you can see how it's constructed. There's some pegs holding the white body parts into this black frame. And then the tracks are separate pieces as well, pegged in to the sides. Again, being 3D printed resin, it's very brittle, that plastic in general. There are tough plastics that you can 3D print. It's just that no one would ever use that expensive material for scale models. It would probably triple or quadruple the cost of the print if you actually use tough plastics, at least from what I have seen, shopping around for resins. Oh, look at this. There's actually a decal up on the roof, the Bron 585. It is at an angle. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they decided not to sell this and send it to me instead. Okay, so it's pretty neat. I find it interesting to learn about different things in the world, and this is another case of that. The whole tiling industry, irrigating farmland, it's something else. Alright, so you might ask where you can get this stuff. I feel obligated, since I got this from this company, to share where you can purchase these things. And it's called Empty Pocket Rebuilds, EPR. There's their number. They're based out of Iowa. And then they have a whole bunch of different things. Trenching, construction, farm machines, renewable, all those categories. And everything seems to be 1/64 scale and up. And the prices are all there. And frankly, I think the pricing is pretty good. I mean, they're finished models, printed and painted in America. So I find that quite interesting. Okay, well, that's it for today. I was sent another trencher, so I'll save that for a different video. And thanks for watching today. Enjoy your digging.